makes sense. Now tell me that. Let's go back to the story that when you switched from was it from basketball to softball, going from
Yeah.
your junior to your senior year. So tell me about that story.
So growing up, basketball was just my first love. Like I love basketball. That was the very first sport that I played, and my dream was to become a WNBA player. And then, I played AAU basketball from ninth grade to 11th grade. And in July of 11th grade, I sprained my ankle really bad. So I was in a boot for about 2 months. And then I also had to do some rehabbing for another month. So I was out for about 3 months of all types of sports. Um, so once that happened, it gave me time to think. I went to a baseball camp with my teammates and was just sitting there watching them. And just sitting there watching them, I was like, I think I want to do softball. Like, I weighed my decision. I'm like, what am I having more fun with? And I was like, softball. But
Mm,
at the same time, that's what comes into, if you're winning. So at school, I didn't play basketball in the 10th grade, but I played 8th grade, ninth grade, 11th, and 12th. So I
okay.
didn't play in 10th grade. And, ninth and 10th grade, they were probably my hardest years basketball-wise, just because I kind of headbutted with the coach. We couldn't agree on anything. And nothing was going in my way. And it's not like the coach was just hard and I couldn't handle it. There was other issues that were going on.
Okay.
So I didn't play 10th grade, and I just felt miserable kind of, going through the motions at AAU practices. Like it started getting to a point where I didn't want to go to practice, and I like dreaded being at practice. I wasn't in the right headspace at practices, and my stepdad could tell, but he didn't want to say anything
Right.
until I said something first. But once I sprained my ankle, it gave me time to think, like, what do I want to really do? And I was really enjoying softball. My school team, we won the league 2 years in a row. We won state. So winning really does factor in if you're having fun or not. And
Yeah.
I knew, softball would really give me a challenge and really push me to become a better player. And that's where I was like, all right, I'm gonna do softball. I was afraid to tell. I was afraid to tell my mom. I was afraid to tell my stepdad. I was afraid to tell my coach. Like the first person I told was my older brother, just because I feel like he could help me out on my wording on how to tell my parents and coach. And then I told my friends as well. And that I think I told my stepdad, but I was like, don't tell anybody yet. Like, try to keep it low. Like, I don't even know how to tell people. And then I was like, what, can you tell them? And then he told my mom, and then he told my coach, and my coach was like, you don't have to be afraid to tell me that. Like, it's your decision. Like, it's what you want to do. It's your 4 years. Like, it's what, like, you want to have fun. And I was like, yeah, that's true.
Right.
But like I felt bad because I felt like they put in so much money and time, and they travel with me to different tournaments. Like I felt like I was letting them down, and like they wasted all that money for what? But they were fine. I feel like it was part of the learning process. But it's kind of how I switched sports.
Right. Makes sense. That's a good story.